During the budget presentation on Friday, April 25th, opposition members voiced concerns over the government's decision to cover the cost of two more CXC subjects, including maths and English. According to Choiseul MP Bradley Felix, the move raises questions about the criteria used to determine who qualifies for these subsidies, suggesting that the government should implement a staggered or more targeted approach. Youth and Sports Minister Honorable Kenson Casimir acknowledged the rationale behind the initiative but expressed reservations about its implementation.
After the passage of the November 6th trough and certain activities unforeseen, Mr. Speaker, I got requests from all of Grosdale, including Cap Estate, including Monnier, including Rodney Bay and Rodney Heights, for just a little support. So when you suggest irresponsibly that we should, when we give in payments for CXC fees, that certain people can afford it, I totally disagree.
He further argued that determining eligibility based on need could complicate the process and potentially hinder progress.
For you to go and administer a proximins test on all households with children about to sit CXCs, to find out if to pay for the CXCs, it becomes more expensive, Mr. Speaker. So why suggest that this government do that?
Choiseul MP Bradley Felix stood on a point of order to seek clarification during the debate.
Mr. Speaker, while the member, he's misleading because he's very selective in what he chooses to say as what my contribution yesterday. The bigger point I was also making, Mr. Speaker, was that there are families who cannot afford any CXC payments, and then the government should look, not just to give in additional, but to also look at the families who cannot pay anything, because from my constituency, there are times when people come to me where they can't pay anything, and that was the bigger point I was trying to raise, Mr. Speaker.
Kenson responded by highlighting the government's achievements.
I can stand proudly as a member for Grosdale and say that the Prime Minister provides finances under the constituency development programs for these very people. These very people. And these members on opposite get the finances for these same people, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, he's standing on a point of order to provide clarity, to show St. Lucia the difference between these two governments, Mr. Speaker.
Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has emphasized that the government's focus remains on tangible improvements in everyday life for St. Lucians. The budget also includes several key measures to support education and social welfare. Temporary teachers will now receive full salaries for August. $250,000 has been allocated to the Ministry of Education to assist students facing challenges in accessing feminine hygiene products. Nursing students at CXC will benefit from increased tuition support, with $2,500 allocated in Year 1 and Year 2 and $5,000 in Year 3, and full tuition paid in the final year. The tuition subsidy for students enrolled in privately owned preschools will increase from $50 to $100. The subvention for privately owned preschools will be raised from $2,500 to $3,000 per child. Students who have been out of school for up to 1 year will now be eligible to return and continue their education.